Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Secret to Living the Good Life show. Our mission is to interview people all across the world on our faith, family, finance, and fitness so we can learn from in order to live the good life. So our guest today is someone who is very interesting, which I would really want to hear his story. I'm excited to bring out his story. But he's a CEO and founder at Your Divorce Recovery Coach. But that's not the one that excites me so much. The one that excites me more, he's the architect of the Warrior Life Code. And the mission here is to help you transform your mindset to our audience, to transform your mindset to one of abundant, discover your warrior within, and boost your self-esteem. So you manifest your full potential and attract all the world has to offer while living incredibly full every day. So that's such a neat, position that you position in. But he's no other than Martin Salama. So Martin, welcome to the show. And you're from
Brooklyn. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you.
And you're from Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn's in the house.
There you go, Brooklyn. Martin, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Like you said, like I told you, our team is the focus in our faith, family, finance, and fitness in order to live the good life.
Right.
So my first opening remark or question to you, Martin, are you living the good life in your faith?
I am. I am living the good life. No matter where I am in my life on any of those four, faith, family, finance, or fitness, I'm living the good life. Because it's a mindset.
And so that will be my segue. What is the good life for you?
To me, the good life is waking up every morning, being grateful to God for the things that I have, right? Praying, and then setting myself for a good day by saying, I live incredibly full every day. And this way, I'm looking for the successes and the opportunities instead of the problems and, the negative.
Right. Okay. So that's incredible. So Martin, let's go straight into your coaching business. Let's talk about the life code. I know you put a lot of emphasis in that. And then also you have a very interesting story that makes you make that shift into where you are today. So you start. You there? Are you freezing?
There you go, Ray. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
It looks like I have an unstable connection, so I apologize. That's never happened in a while. I mean, it's been a long time since that happened.
No worries. So what I was saying there, Martin, for you to start, I know you have a very interesting article there on the life coach part, which I'll ask you to start on that. Share about that for us. And especially when you talk about that abundant mindset and all that's happening today, all we think of is scarcity, right? And if you can put something out there, one person can resonate with it and change their lives. I'm a happy guy. So you take it away from there, Martin.
So for me, it's about opening your mind to understand that the world is as you see it. Okay, so if you see it in a good way, then that's what you'll see. But if you're looking for the problems and you're looking to be unhappy, well, that's what you'll see as well.
Quite true.
Yeah. Quite. So why not set yourself up for success instead of setting yourself up for sadness?
But let's be real. It is very easy for us to sit here and say that. But when you're crunching a situation where you're running out of days before paycheck is coming and the rent is due and the mortgage,
right. Absolutely, it's very difficult to feel that in those moments. But that's the time that you should try to feel it the most. Okay, because the time that I had the greatest introspection was at the lowest point of my life. Okay, I had just lost all my money in 2008 because of the financial crash.
Right.
A year plus later, a little over a year later, my wife said, I'm done. I want a divorce. And I was crushed. I was like, I have no money. I have no wife. She wants to leave and take my children with her. And what am I going to do? And I said, you know what? I'm going to become a life coach. At the lowest point in my life, I said I wanted to become a life coach.
That's incredible.
Yeah, because I recognized that over the years before that, when I did have a life coach, they helped me to move forward. At that moment, I wasn't feeling that, but I understood that if I wanted to get there, I needed to change my mindset. And I needed to say, instead of I have to go to work, I get to go to work. Right? no matter what your job is. And if you don't love your job, go in with a positive attitude. And then in the extra time that you have before or after, figure out how you want to move forward in your life, in family, in faith, family, finances, and fitness.
Yeah, quite true. Quite true.
At my lowest point, I was 229 pounds, the heaviest I ever was in my life. And I looked in the mirror one day and said, you did this to yourself. Now, what are you going to do to fix it? And I went on a journey, and in 9 months, I lost 65 pounds because my why was big enough.
Right, right.
So if you don't have a why, and for me, why is an acronym for what's hurting you. Right? If it's hurting you bad enough that you want it so bad enough, what are you doing to get it?
Yeah. You know what I like there when you just said you get a job. So this week Sunday, my wife was telling me, we were talking, and she said, well, you didn't wake up, you get to wake up. So
that's right.
Exactly what you're saying, and that was pretty cool. Now you're saying it again. It's keep coming.
There you go.
Right?
There you go. It's the law of attraction.
Yeah.
Now I'll be honest. I wasn't like this my whole life. I mean, when I was young, I had some tragedies in my life that really stuck to me.
Okay. So give us some scenarios how you work with people to change that mindset and live that abundant lifestyle every day, despite the struggles that they got.
Okay. Many people that come to me were similar to my situation. That doesn't mean everybody's like this, but many people were people who would get into an argument pretty quickly, almost like, you ever heard the thing, shoot first, ask questions later?
Right.
So that was me. But what happens when you shoot first? Everybody's dead. Who are you asking the questions to? There's nobody left. You shot everybody, metaphorically. So I would react to everything. Right. So I had to learn how to take my confrontations back to conversations.
Right.
You see the difference?
Yeah.
Right. So what did that mean? That mean I had to recognize that I can't always be right. It's not possible that I'm the only one that's always right. What am I doing that's telling me maybe I'm not always right? Maybe sometimes they're right.
Yes.
So it was started with that. It started with me being willing to recognize that I have to change the way I look at everything. And a big part of that was right before I started life coach training. I read a book that they recommended. They gave me a list of books to read. They said, read 2 or 3 of these books. And one of them was The 4 Agreements. Did you ever read that book?
No, I'll write it down. The 4 Agreements.
The 4 Agreements.
Okay.
It's by a gentleman named Don Miguel Ruiz. Here it is.
Okay. Miguel.
Don Miguel Ruiz. And here's the 4 agreements. Number 1, be impeccable with your word. Number 2, don't take anything personally. 3, don't make assumptions. And number 4, always do your best. So I read that. And when I read, don't take anything personally, I was at a low point in my life. I told you, I just come out of the divorce and I was starting, just come out from my wife asking for the divorce. I was starting coaching. And I looked at myself and I said, I'm taking the blame for the entire marriage. Maybe that's what starts here, is me recognizing that it's not all my fault. Right. Now, that doesn't mean that I didn't contribute to the fall of the marriage, but I don't think I was 100% and she was 0%. Okay. So that started the thing. And I said, don't take anything personally. Now, people have been telling me that my whole life, but until that moment, I wasn't ready to hear it. Yeah. Because then it became, oh, wait a minute. My whole life, I've been a people pleaser. And that's number 1 on my list of things that I take things personally because I want to make sure that everybody's happy.
I see.
That makes sense to you? Right?
Yep. Complete sense. Yes. So Martin, let's say an average regular day-to-day person got their 9-to-5 job, coming to you and said, Martin, I need help. How do you transform that individual? Not help in a sense that they're struggling in terms of finance, life as a whole. It's ugly. And how do you take them and work with them?
So I start by asking them a lot of questions about themselves and what they're looking to get out of it, what their goals are, what challenges they have about those goals, how important are those goals, and what are they willing to do to get them, right? So once we start that process, I have a course Okay. But what I did was I put together something after my course. I call it the Warrior to Warrior card deck.
Okay.
Okay. And it's about 35 cards in there. And it talks about how it's the principles to my course. It's the principles for my course. So the first thing I do is I have a 3-step process in the beginning called admission, cleansing, and celebration. Admission, admit the way you're living your life now, you're not happy. And admit that you have to change some things.
Okay.
Right. So once you do that, you're opening yourself up to saying, I'm willing to change.
Yes.
If you're not, then I have nothing for you.
Correct.
And then the next step is cleansing. What steps do I have to take to change? Like, what habits do I have to change that are not serving me? And how do I change them? Well, we come up with a plan and we figure it out. And then as a coach, I'm your accountability partner. You come back to me and say, okay, I did my homework. Great. Did you do it for me or did you do it for you? If you did it for me, then don't do it.
Nope.
But if you're doing it because you want to feel good and you want to come and answer me that you did your homework for you, great. I want to hear that.
Yes.
But as a coach,
yeah,
you're there to support them, non-judgmental and objective.
correct. Quite true. Now, let's say I come without goals. I don't even know what is. I heard the term goals before. I don't write goals, nothing. My life is just a blank starting. How do you go up, take that person and move them on?
So we go to the why question. What is it that's hurting you that you want in your life? What is it that you want? You want nothing? You want to sit on a couch and do nothing all day? Great. How are you going to get that? If that's what you want, fantastic. How are you going to eat? What couch are you going to be sitting on? What does the house look like? And how are you going to pay for those things?
True.
Right? Look, there's people who say, I want to do nothing every day. Great. How are you going to do it? How are you going to eat?
That's right.
All right. If that's your goal, let's set up the things so that you can do nothing every day.
Nothing every day. That's right. That's right.
I mean, I know it's a pretty low goal, but you got to start somewhere.
That's right.
That's
pretty cool.
You like that one, huh, Ray?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's something for everyone, right? Despite
That's right.
Look at it, right?
That's right.
Good. Wow. And how successful are you with all of this
How successful am I?
in coaching?
Well, how about if I read to you somebody's testimonial? Would that help?
That'll be perfect.
Fantastic. Let me pull up my website because it's easier for me to find it there and tell it to you real quick. So I'll talk about Joshua. When I started working with Martin, I was ready to give up all hope of living a happy life. I thought this was my last shot and that if this didn't work, I would give up and become a tool for other people's happiness.
Right.
I didn't understand that I had my internal limiting beliefs and rationalize that were keeping me tied to my old way of thinking. Since I started working with Martin, I've gained positive clarity on life. I've accepted my own power and choice. I've taken responsibility for my choices and let go of those choices that were not mine. I have decided to live in abundance and gratitude. Because of these changes Martin taught me, I'm happier. I have better relationships, and I have more clients because I'm being my real positive self. Looking back, all I wanted was hope that I could start to heal. Needless to say, I have that now.
Wow, that's incredible. Good job, Martin.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm very proud of him.
Yeah, well, of course. Is your product, right?
Yeah.
That's excellent. So how do you go about getting clients?
Well, I do Facebook live streams. I word of mouth, here and there, and doing Instagram posts and stuff like that.
Okay, good. So let's go back straight into where we started our 4Fs. Let's talk finance. And that's a lot of people's concern.
Yeah.
How do you coach people on that? Do you help?
I do. I do. It's actually one of the cards in my card deck. How's that?
Perfect. You got it all lined up. You see, I know you will be a great asset to me because of your content. I said, Martin is a guy I have to get on here.
Well, thank you. So card number 25, financial abundance.
Wow. Tell us more about that card number. What does it say?
It says, no matter what your financial status is at this moment, there's at least a little bit of financial insecurity. The mindset of financial abundance seems to be one of the more difficult mindsets to achieve for most people. That's totally understandable. Start by taking a percentage of all your income, as well as any other money that comes your way, and put it aside. Ideally, take 40% of your income, of your incoming money, for this initiative. Set up 4 accounts, 10% each of the 40%. 1, big purchases. 2, fund money. 3, giving to others like charity. And number 4, golden goose, emergency, pay down debt, things like that.
Okay.
Now, when they start, they're going to go, 40%? I don't even live on what I have now.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can't do 40%, do 20%, do whatever works. And you'll see if you're consistent and you let your mindset say, I can live without this for now, and put it to the side, your mindset will allow you to figure out how to make it on the other money. Right? Now, you start putting the money away. And one day you take your car in, you think you're taking it in for an oil change. You think you're going to spend maybe $100. And the mechanic calls you and says, hey, Ray, guess what? You need new brake pads. You need this, you need that. It's $500-$600.
Yes.
If you don't have this plan in place, oh my God, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do? How about if you had money put aside and you go to your big purchases and you say, wow, I've got about $1,000 in my big purchases or in my emergency fund, whichever one. Let me pay it from there.
Right.
Now, the rest of the money that you have coming in doesn't get affected by it, and you don't start to get anxious about paying it. Now, the fund money part, I believe you should spend a good part of it at least every 90 days. Come up with something to do in those 90 days, at the most every 90 days, I should say, to do something fun. A couple of years ago, I decided I wanted to knock something off of my list. So I went skydiving.
Wow.
Yeah. And I loved every second of it.
For real? Yeah.
For real.
Wow. Good for you.
Thank you.
Wow. You had fear?
I'm sorry?
You had a lot of fear doing it?
None whatsoever.
Just did it. Wow.
None whatsoever. I was ready. Let's go.
Straight out.
Right out.
Good. But okay, let's go back to a mindset. In order to have that abundant mindset when there's so little, it's a struggle upstairs. Because
yes, it is.
One minute I'm thinking how I'm going to pay my bills, and the second minute I want to think abundance. Normally, in most cases, I experience it too. The lesser of the evil of it overtakes the good, and there's a struggle. So how do you coach people out of that?
Well, it's step by step. It doesn't happen overnight, and you have to start by changing your mindset by saying, I can't afford to do this. Every time you say that, you are giving yourself a self-fulfilling prophecy. You can't afford it. So how about changing it to, how can I afford to do it? What can I do differently? What am I spending money on that I don't need? For example, I don't know how many people I talk to, they tell me, I go to Starbucks every day. I've got to be at Starbucks every day. Every day? Starbucks, minimum $5 a day?
That's right.
Hello? That's $600 a month. $600 a month.
And you broke.
You want to find something to not do? My wife.
Sure.
And my wife can afford to buy, she could afford to buy 10 Starbucks a day. She drinks Taster's Choice. 1 scoop of the instant with water, and she's ready to go.
Oh, I hear you.
Right. You get about 200 in the box for $12.
The choices we make in life hurt us. And some people go far down the line, and then they get caught up on it, and then they feel it's a struggle and it's impossible to change. But encourage people, changes can happen any stages in our life.
Right. You have to take the word impossible and change it.
That's right. Make a change, do something different, do what you just said, do some saving plan, create a little something, whatever it is, whatever age you are, do something different, and you'll have a different result.
Right. And if you change the word impossible to I'm possible, Anything's possible.
Good, good, good. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How do you keep yourself hearing all of these people come to you and they're going to tell you hear a lots of stuff in terms that can be demoralizing at times. How
Yeah.
do you can stay positive? How do you stay upbeat? And what are some of the stuff you do in terms of reading a good book, meditation, exercise?
Yeah. Those are the top of the list. I'm always reading. I just finished reading a fantastic book. It was the book after that Napoleon Hill wrote after he wrote Think and Grow Rich, called Outwitting the Devil.
Okay, I read Think and Grow. That's a very powerful book, man.
Powerful book, and so is Outwitting the Devil. So powerful that he didn't print it. It wasn't printed until 40 years after he died.
Wow, Outwitting the Devil.
Outwitting, like wit. WITT.
Okay,
Outwitting the Devil. Yeah, here it is.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so
collection behind you.
Yeah. This is my book. Recovering from Divorce.
Ah, that's your other one. Okay, nice.
So, number one, you've got to read positive things. You've got to look for the positive things. Watching the news isn't going to help you. Really, what are you going to get out of the news other than doom and gloom?
Yeah, other people's tragedy.
Right. Okay, today in America, they might be arresting Donald Trump. Who cares? True. Is that going to change what goes on? Are you not going to eat dinner because Donald Trump might be arrested? No, you're still going to eat dinner.
Yeah, of course.
You're still going to go to work tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So don't bother yourself with that.
So you read. What else you do?
I listen to positive affirmation, positive videos, watch positive videos, positive podcasts. I get coached. I have 2 or 3 coaches in my life at all times.
Is that right?
Yeah, coaches need coaches.
Well, of course, yes, quite true.
Yeah.
And so you got coaches, you read.
I surround myself with positive thinking people.
That's so pretty cool.
I don't complain. I look to appreciate everything. I take the positive out of everything that's going on. I look for the positive.
Yes.
And instead of saying, why is everything happening to me? I say, how can I have everything happen through me?
Through you. Okay. Nice. It's a good play on words. Very nice.
I love play on words. Life, warrior. Everything I do is a play on words because that's a great way to remember things.
Good. So that's pretty interesting. So where can my audience find you if they're looking to find Martin?
Okay. Well, I made it easy. How about going to connectwithmartin.com?
Connectwithmartin.com. Okay.
Yep. You go there. Number one, you could buy my cards and see, hey, is this somebody I want to learn more about? It's $50. It's not very much money.
Right.
$52 with shipping.
Shipping,
$51.99 in the States. I don't know how much it would cost, but $51.99. If you go to my site, that's what you pay.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, you could go there and pre-order my book. You could get free gifts. I have free gifts all the time on that site. So all you have to do is scroll down. If you want to talk to me directly, there's a button to click on and make an appointment to speak to me.
Right now. Cool. Good. So what does your morning routine look like? What time you wake up in the morning?
I wake up 5:45 every day.
Alarm?
And most of the time I end up waking up about 5:30 saying I know my alarm's going to go off in 15 minutes.
You beat the alarm. Okay.
I beat the alarm. But in a good way. It's not like, oh, I can't sleep. I do have my tough, rough nights. I'm human.
So what does your morning routine look like?
So I wake up and the first thing I do is I write down 3 things I'm grateful for.
Okay.
So I'm starting the day off with gratitude. Okay. Then I pray.
Yeah.
I pray to God. I'm Orthodox Jewish. I put on what's called tefillin, wrap them around my head, on my head and my arm, and I pray for about a half an hour to God, half an hour to an hour, depending on the day, depending on things going on.
Right.
And then I set myself off on the day by saying, I live incredibly full every day.
You meditate?
I was, but I'm ADD. I'm ADHD. It's hard for me to keep focused. To be honest, I'm sitting there for 10 minutes, guided meditation. When is this going to be over? My mind is all over the place.
I struggle with some of that. I tried meditation. Not I tried, I'm trying to do it, but I can't go for a long time. Like 5 minutes is too long. I'm agitated, but I'm trying to go
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
So yeah,
But I just look for the positive in everything. And then I go out in the day and I make sure that every day I make somebody laugh.
somebody laugh. Oh,
I
that's nice.
make someone laugh. And when they do, I thank them for helping me to fill my quota to make somebody laugh that day. So now they're connected to it as well. They're like, what? Really? What? What are you talking about? That's what I do.
Okay, so that's pretty interesting to make me laugh.
Yeah, make you laugh.
Yeah, make me laugh
Okay. Why are you wearing your glasses upside down?
because you're seeing me upside down.
There you go. Okay. Well, I think that's funny. You are. Okay. I don't know. You kind of caught me off guard there.
Oh,
So
that's fine. That's fine. That's good. That's good. But
I don't know.
that's a good skill. That's a good skill that you can just come up like that and
Right.
whatever.
No, when I'm out in the like to the supermarket, I'll make a joke to the cashier to make her laugh. And
Okay.
then I'll thank her. And then she's like, what? Wow. And then she feels better about herself, and I feel better about helping her feel better.
Right. And that's not common, right? That's not so common because not a lot of people will do that. Most people walk around miserable and try to get out of the way and
Right.
too chit-chatty or too comfortable talking with people.
Right. Exactly. And it takes 1 second, 2 seconds. What's the difference?
Right, right. Okay. So you wanted to say something about your brother?
Yeah. You want to be. So I have to touch base on it because it's 50 years now that it happened. About 50 years ago, my brother was killed by a school bus.
Oh,
And for many years after that, he was the youngest of the family. I have four older sisters, so I had no other brother. So for me, I looked at that moment as a defining moment. Now I look back, I see that. Because at that moment, I realized I don't have the guy that I thought I was going to carry on life with, and we were going to build our legacy together and build the Salama name.
right.
So I said to myself as a 10-year-old, it's my job to make sure my parents are happy. And that's the moment I became a people pleaser.
At 10,
And, it was a tough thing to live up to for all those years.
at 10 years, you made that decision to,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Wow. And I'm sure you're still maintaining that up to today to carry that on.
Well, now I call myself a recovering people pleaser.
Okay. That's funny. Good.
See, I got you to laugh.
There you go. There you go. Recovering people pleaser. Excellent.
There you
Excellent.
go.
Is there anything else you want to share with us, Mark?
No, I want to say first, thank you for helping me fill my quota.
Yeah, there you go. Quite truly.
Yes. Wake up every day, come up with a mantra that works for you. For me, it's I live incredibly full every day. Figure it out. It could be the 4 agreements. It could be I don't take anything personally. Whatever it is, find a mantra that works for you and incorporate it in your life and be grateful and don't complain.
But do you think everyone has the potential to do that?
Everyone has the potential to be anything they want to be.
Even the guy who's broke.
Even the guy who's broke.
Right.
I was broke. I was broke.
That's right. You're telling a story.
The opposite of wealth is not poor. The opposite of wealth is underdeveloped resources.
Okay. Right.
It's not broke. It's not poor. It's you not wanting to develop the resources that you can find and make something of yourself.
Let me ask you a question. What separates you being so successful from another average person who just goes about their day to day?
Mindset.
Just thinking and mindset.
Mindset. That's it. And I'm no better than anybody else.
That's such a common denominator, and I hear it all the time. And try to tell anyone that it's just the way you think, just your mindset separates you from that next successful or that next leap of success in your life.
That's
Just
right.
think. Yeah.
That's right.
Excellent. Listen, Martin, I appreciate your time. I know you're a busy dude.
No, thank you. I appreciate your time, Ray. It's been a pleasure getting to know you.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so thank you. And you have yourself a wonderful evening, and we'll connect. Thank you.
And you have your best day and live incredibly full every day.
Thank you. Just for my viewers, I want to tell them thank you very much for being a part of my audience. And I'm looking forward for your subscription and any comments you want to share. And if you know of any good person you want me to bring on the show, please leave it in the comments and I'll surely bring them on. Thank you, Martin.